I understand. I talked about this early on. I understand the importance of team building when it comes to Team USA. I understand that it's not as easy as just bringing the best players, the biggest names on one team. You have to be able to build, you have to be able to construct a team. I get that. I also understand that each player on this team is here for a different reason. Obviously, the main goal is to win a championship. Every player, not championship, I'm sorry, an Olympic gold medal. Every player, everyone that is repping a Team USA jersey, repping a Team USA patch because they're the coaching staff, their goal is to win a gold medal. I'm not saying it's not, but everyone is there for a different reason. Meaning, Kevin Durant is obviously there for scoring. He is there for his immense scoring pressure that he puts on the other team. Steph Curry is there for his shooting. He's there because he's the greatest three-point shooter of all time, and they need three-point shooting. Anthony Edwards is there for his scoring. You know what I'm saying? Every person is there for a different reason. Even though they all collectively have the same goal, they're there for a different reason. Their skill set is needed in different areas. And I get, and at first I was confused, but I get why Jrue Holiday is on this team. At first I was confused because I kind of fell into that, well, there's bigger names that could fit. And there's better players that I would pick if I was compiling a team. I would pick over Jrue Holiday. But I understand it. I understand that Jrue Holiday is there mainly for his defense and his leadership, but that goes into the first thing that I don't like. I understand it's just an exhibition. Again, I will continue to say that. And what we see in Exhibition 1 doesn't mean that we're going to see the same lineups, doesn't mean that we're going to see the same substitution habits in Game 1 of the Olympics. But I don't think Jrue Holiday should be starting. Again, it was last episode where I said that I believe that the starting position should go, or the starting two guards should go to Anthony Edwards. While I understand that you'd be like, well, that takes a huge scoring punch off the bench. Well, you have Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, Bam Adebayo, Tyrese Halliburton, and Jrue Holiday coming off the bench. What else scoring punch do you need? and it goes, that's kind of the underbelly of what I'm talking about. How much of something do you need? Again, it's all about team building. Cool. But when you say, well, Jrue Holiday's there for defense and Tyrese Halliburton's there because they need a passer, you're telling me that LeBron James can't defend. You're telling me that Anthony Edwards can't defend. You're telling me that Jason Tatum can't defend. You're telling me that Kevin Durant can't defend. Obviously, Jrue Holiday is a better defender than most of them. Actually, probably all of them. But what I'm saying is, if you want Jrue Holiday on the team, just say you want him on the team. Don't say we need him for defense. No, you don't. You have plenty of defense on this team. Which goes into my next point. And don't get me wrong. I know this is saying, it sounds like I'm saying that Jrue Holiday should not be on this team. I'm not saying that. I agree that Jrue Holiday is a good acquisition, a good fit for this team. I just don't think Jrue Holiday should be in the starting lineup. That's just it. I just don't think. I don't think he needs to be in the starting lineup. I get the argument of, well, if you put Anthony Edwards in the starting lineup, that's too many ball handlers or too many people that need the ball in their hands to score. Bruh, you have, if he comes off the bench, you have Jason Tatum, who needs the ball in his hand, Tyrese Halliburton, who definitely needs the ball in his hand, Anthony Edwards, and Anthony Davis. So that, no, I don't want to hear that. But hey, if he does start, I still think that this is a really good. I don't really see a team that can beat Team USA. And now let's talk about the last thing I don't like, and it kind of bridges to our next topic. Again, I said I understand the importance of team building. And I understand the importance of fit. That is a constant theme on this podcast. Fit matters. Again, if this was a 2K simulator, if this was a NBA 2K, if this was building the ultimate team, building my team, then yes, I would have every single star that is American on this team. And wouldn't think twice, probably go 82-0, probably win the championship, probably win Worlds or the Olympics. But that's how 2K is. The controversy coming out of not just the first exhibition, but Team USA in general, is the exit of Kawhi Leonard and the entrance of Derrick White. Let me first say I was shocked when Kawhi Leonard reported to camp. I was like, how the hell is Kawhi Leonard healthy enough to be in camp but not healthy enough to play for the Clippers in the playoffs? Now, yes, I understand he played a game, or maybe two, but one of the biggest reasons why Dallas overcame the Clippers in the first round is because Kawhi Leonard was not available. So to see him play for Team USA, I understand there's probably some frustration somewhere. Like someone is looking and saying, yo, how the hell, someone in the Clippers organization is probably like, how the hell are you playing in Team USA, but you can't even report to us, the team that's paying you? So I'm sure they chalked it up as, he's not ready, which he didn't look ready. He came in with the leg sleeve. He came in with a limp. He just didn't. That's why I was shocked that he even reported. And I'm sure, again, somebody in his camp and somebody with the Clippers was like, hey, get your ass. Like, come on, bro. We're not doing this here. Ain't no good and goddamn way you are representing Team USA and you can't even finish the season. No. That's another reason why I was kind of shocked that Joel Embiid played and still reported. That's another thing, bro. Joel Embiid, you can't foul out, bro. He's gonna have to really get adjusted to the physicality of Olympic play. But yeah, back to what I was saying. My thing is this: if you're going to replace Kawhi Leonard, who is a forward, might I add you. In fact, let me see how tall Kawhi Leonard is. Kawhi Leonard. He's 6'7". If you're going to replace Kawhi Leonard with somebody, you either do one or two things, in my opinion. You replace him with a player that can play the same position or that can do a lot of the similar things that he can do, or you replace him with the next best available player. So if you're going to replace Kawhi Leonard, why don't you replace him with someone that can play the 2 through the 4, that also has defensive capabilities, that also has scoring capabilities? That is probably who you should replace him with. Or if you're not going to go that route, replace him with the next best player. Don't get me wrong, bro. I have nothing against Derrick White outside of the fact that he plays for the Boston Celtics. I have no quarrels about Derrick White. I think Derrick White is a good player. I think that he has built himself up from where he was at the beginning of his NBA career to where he is now. It's an incredible story. I have nothing bad to say about Derrick White. But what I don't understand is why Derrick White, and we heard this weeks ago when there was real doubt that Kawhi Leonard was even going to show up. They were saying that Derrick White is the strong candidate to replace him. And I'm just trying to think why. Why Derrick White? You already have a player that you hope, you already have a player that probably will play similar to Derrick White, but you hope is better, and that's Jrue Holiday, his teammate. But why Derrick White over the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, the NBA champion, and the NBA Finals MVP in Jaylen Brown? Which is why Jaylen Brown was confused as well. You know, talking about it on social media is like, yo, I understand what's happening here. How is it that, don't get me wrong, I understand they're teammates, and no offense to Derrick White, but how is Derrick White the option when you had Jaylen Brown that was available? And obviously, because I was saying, well, maybe they turned it down. Seeing how Jaylen Brown reacted, there's no way in heaven and hell he turned it down. He clearly wanted to play. But how did Derrick White get the nod over Jaylen Brown? $300 million player, Finals MVP, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. How did he get it over Paul George? I know that there's a fraction of people that don't like Paul George or whatever, cool. But Paul George was an MVP finalist, obviously with OKC. He led the Clippers to a Eastern or Western Conference Finals. And he's fairly healthy. He's Paul George. So how's Paul George? And I get it, the controversy or whatever that's made, I get it. But how is Derrick White over FIBA MVP Kyrie Irving? What I'm saying is, there's a bunch of players like Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler could probably the same thing that Kawhi Leonard was going to give Team USA. I'm sure Jimmy Butler could have gave you. So Jimmy Butler could have done it. Again, if you're going to go about best available player, why not go with a Jalen Brunson, who was a MVP candidate this year? If you want someone with a similar build as Kawhi Leonard, why not go with Mikal Bridges? What I'm saying is this, bro. There's no way that you can say that this is just about team building, because you didn't even, in this Derrick White situation, that you can't say this is about team building. It's the best fit for the team, because it's not. Derrick White, for what this team needs, what Kawhi Leonard gave them compared to what Derrick White gave or is going to give them, is not similar. If we want to say that there's a hole somewhere, that would be the hole. The hole is Kawhi Leonard gives them incredible on-ball defense, and while Derrick White is a good defender, not as good as Kawhi Leonard, and he's definitely not as good as a player as Kawhi Leonard. So it's just like, I just don't get it. They say that it's about team building, but you didn't team build right. They say that he's the best fit, but no, he's not. He is not the best fit at all. I just named a list of players that's a better fit than Derrick White. And obviously, a lot of those players, like Jaylen Brown, feels the same way. I don't think that there's any malice that Jaylen Brown has for Derrick White, but what I do think is Jaylen Brown sees what we all see is like something. 2 and 2 ain't equaling 4. Every single player I just named is better than Derrick White. And again, no offense to Derrick White. I'm not hating on Derrick White at all. I'm just telling the truth. And Derrick White is a fine player, but in no way, shape, or form do I think anyone, probably outside of the Boston area, is picking Derrick White over Kyrie, Paul George, Jimmy Butler, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Jaylen Brown. I just don't. It doesn't make sense to me. If you what you could have said, which seems like the truth, is we just like Derrick White. There's probably connection somewhere, because I was kind of leaning on the same side as Jaylen Brown. Is like, is it because of his I guess ongoing beef and tiffs with Nike? But it could be it. That could be it. But then you'll say, well, Anthony Edwards is Adidas and Steph Curry is Under Armour. Yeah, well, we're talking about Anthony Edwards and Stephen Curry. We're not talking about no chumps. We're talking about the best of the best. So while they get a pass, obviously, in fact, while they get a pass, I don't see nobody else that Devin Booker is Nike, LeBron James is LeBron James, Joel Embiid is starter, I think, or Skechers, but that's Joel Embiid. Yeah, it could be because of Jaylen Brown's ongoing beef with Nike, but say that. Say it with your chest. I understand they would never say that, but let's be honest about it. There's no other reason why you would pick Derrick White, not just over Jaylen Brown, but over a bunch of players. Oh man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.